What's going on, YouTube? Pyro here, and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Episode 8. Wait, is it 8 or is it 9? No, I'm pretty sure it's Episode 8. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. Anyways, if you remember last time, we finished all 4 of the shrines here on the Great Plateau, and then we talked to the old man who turned out to be the King of Hyrule, and he told us what had happened to Hyrule 100 years ago. And so here we are, faced with a new destiny to save Hyrule once again. Alright, cool. Open up this treasure chest and get a bow, and of course, my inventory's full. Alright, now before we leave the Great Plateau, there's a Korok. Ooh, that could have been bad. I don't think we're gonna make it on this climb up. No, not quite. Well, as you can see, there's a Korok seed up here. Never knew there would be one all the way up here, but whatever. Look at the view from up here. Alright, that tower right in front of us, right there. Oh, well, can't click in on. Alright, that tower straight ahead, the yellow one. Move it, Korok. Yeah, I'll point to it. That one right there is the one we're going to next. And I forgot I messed this controller up, so... Hold on. I gotta just switch it out, because I can't click in on the right stick here. Okay. And there we go. Oh, this camera's wobbly. Come on. What is going on with you, camera? This thing just suddenly became wobbly as soon as I got up. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh wait, hold on. I know this. I know. Oh, this is unprofessional. There. I don't know what happened. Alright, now we're just gonna climb off of this. And we're gonna paraglide over here. thing's fun. Well, look at all that, like, mist around the Guardians. Dear Lord. Not today. Let's check the map. And paraglide, down we go. And congratulations, you've now made it to Hyrule Kingdom. Alright, so we're just gonna get right to the point. There are some Korok seeds around here, and I'll show you where they are. But normally, what I usually do is, on my first playthrough, I explore every single part of every area. That just takes way too long, so we're just gonna simplify it, and just go straight, right, and just get right to the point. Leave me alone, Keys. Jeez. Jeez. Alright, here we go. There's a moblin. Don't try to Spartan kick me. So as you can see, that's the Great Plateau. It's pretty high up. Alright. Gotta cook some more food soon. No, I gotta run back to a building because there's actually a part where there's a book that tells you about a bunch of treasures you can find in this game. If you downloaded the DLC and stuff. Which I did. Maybe it wasn't these buildings actually. No, I think they were a little bit around where we were just at. No, it's not these buildings. There is a little cave with a Korok seed puzzle inside though. Around here. I think it was this one over here. Yeah, it's this one. See, the problem with finding the Korok seeds in this game is you kind of have to go out of your way. Alright, so these flowers here, you have to go at them in the right order. So 1, then you gotta run over to 2, 3, crap, I messed up. Yeah, you just gotta do it in order, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is funny because the first time I never saw this cave the first time I played this game. Because I told myself I was going to try and 100% complete it, but it's kind of really hard to do. So. Alright, up on this, I guess, tiny mountain over here is actually, there's a Korok up there. There's a couple over by the Great Plateau Wall, but I don't feel like running all the way back over there. Just to do it. And it's a stone talus. Let's mark him on the map so we know where he is. Oh crap. This thing will kill you if you're not careful. Or I'll just die from tumbling down the hill. They'll one-shot you if you're not heavily armored. Well, that works too. You know what would be cool in this game is if the moon from Majora's Mask... Oh, that's weird. I didn't even read the book and it's giving me all this stuff. So if you read the book, it tells you about all this stuff and where you can find it. Anyways, what I was saying was, that would be cool if like the moon in this game was the moon from Majora's Mask. Just as like an Easter egg, that would be pretty cool. And creepy. You'd be staring at that thing the whole time. Mark him again. We're not even going to bother trying to kill him. It's not really worth the trouble. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in this game. DLC-wise. Still throwing rocks. There's not anything good in these buildings. They're mostly just empty, so I'm just gonna use what we have. See, when you first start the game, you're not gonna find anything good. And when you get farther, that's when you find all the good weapons. Like flame blades and stuff. You can at least find yourself like a soldier's broadsword, though. You're good because you can one-shot most enemies with it. Most of the smaller enemies anyways. There's not that many enemy types in this game. It's mostly moblins and stuff. So you're not really gonna find. Now the strong stuff comes later on. Alright, so usually on top of these pillar things there's going to be treasure chests. That's usually how it turns out to be. Alright, so this building right here, there's a Korok all the way up in there. Which, if I had never explored this area, I would have never found it. It's just the fact that you have to go out of your way to find them is kind of annoying. Because then it's like you gotta look around the whole entire map for a Koroks when you're just trying to move on to the next area. Well, I mean, you don't have to. Like I said, I wouldn't really recommend wasting your time trying to find all 900. I'd look for a decent amount. I'm close to like, I think 200 on my first playthrough. Alright, here's another one. So if you push, hold on. So, see that hole right there in this rock? Push the rock down into that hole. Sweet. So you see one of the divine beasts from over here, Meadow. And then there's one walking around Death Mountain. Wherever he is. Rudania's walking around Death Mountain. We just totally bypassed all the enemies. Cool by me. There's not really anything good around here anyways. Oh, crap. He's got a sword though. die in the middle of a fight, so... Nice. Hey, I picked up a hoe. Alright, on top of this flag, there's a Korok too. Now notice, the castle's over there and how we can just walk over to the castle if we felt like it right now. That's how the game was designed. It was designed where you could beat it right away if you chose, and there's a shrine right in front of us. However, I don't recommend doing that. Maybe I'll just do that for fun on another playthrough. As soon as I get off the Great Plateau, just go to the castle. But you're gonna get your butt handed to you every time. So I would just wait until you're far enough in the game where you can make that decision. Because there's no way you're gonna be able to beat that with how your gear is at the beginning of the game. I didn't make it. Still didn't make it. Alright, well, I can't make it all the way up here right now, so what I'm gonna do is just mark this location on the map so I know there's a Korok right here. And then come back to it when I have a little more stamina. Alrighty, wow, we're almost done with this episode already. Well then, it seems fair we should do at least one shrine. The Bosch Kala Shrine. If that's the thing I'm able to do, I'm going to make it my goal to at least tackle one shrine per video. It just kind of depends. There's not many in this area, but... well, I mean, there kind of is. There's a decent amount in this area. More than 4, that's for sure. There's like 3 on that mountain alone. Alright, this is going to be the Wind Guides You. So, it's a pretty simple shrine. So, the first thing you want to do is run up to the windmill, and then pull out your paraglider in front of it, and it'll take you over here, and boom! One treasure chest opened. Alright. Same thing for this one, run over here, pull out the paraglider, boom. And rinse and repeat. Now there is a treasure chest you can get. It's a little tricky. Just gotta figure out what part of this works to go and grab it. There we go. That part usually stumps me. You just gotta like run off at the right part. Other than that, it's a pretty simple shrine. And boom, shrine finished. I kind of wish the shrines were longer, like an actual dungeon. But, you know, there's 120, so I guess if you put the time you spend working, some of them take a while to figure out. That's how hard they are. Others you can figure out no problem, like this. There's one that stumps me a lot. Luckily, they're optional, so you don't have to do them. Unless you want to upgrade your inventory. Which would be pretty useful. Alright, now, there's another Korok around here. Also one over here. Alright, you see that thing of rocks right there? Well, what you want to do is, you want to try and throw this rock into there. Now, it's hard to figure out exactly where to stand. Just gotta kind of play with it a little bit. Not quite. Nope. I think if I stood right here, maybe. This one usually stumps me. Nope, not quite. Of course, I guess you could always use stasis and try to get it to fly into it, but that's tricky. I think that's even harder to do. Notice how the rock just like disappears in the water. Ah. My phone hit 20%. Oh, we're still recording, so I don't care. As long as it doesn't stop the recording. You know what, I may do this one off camera, it's not worth the trouble. Alrighty, well my phone's battery's getting pretty low, and so I think that's a great time to end this episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. And on the next episode, we will be heading up to the Twin Peaks for Kakariko Village. Until then, this is Pyro, and I will see you guys later.